Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is another Wednesday, and today we have for you New Year's resolutions for 2018. So right now, while I have an opportunity, I just want to say Happy New Year, everybody. The next time I see you, it'll be 2018. It's still 2017, but soon it'll be 2018. So, what are my New Year's resolutions for this year? Well, I do New Year's resolutions every year. And every year, my New Year's resolution is the same, to be a better person. And I'm going to explore different ways we can be better people in this video, just briefly. Well, what does it mean to be a better person? Well, that's a deep question because that's the summation of people's lives, isn't it? Being a better person. How do you be a better person? Now, I know a lot of you are going to make a New Year's resolution to lose weight. And you know how I feel about that. I don't feel very good about losing weight because it's so difficult to lose weight. And so many people fail at it like me. And it's because of genetics. You can't help it that your body holds on to fat, especially when you diet. That's when it holds on to the fat. When you're dieting, when you're trying to lose weight, that's when it holds on to the fat. So, dieting doesn't work for everyone. You hear these stories, and they're just stories. They're just tales. The body decides what weight it wants to be at, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I do think that more exercise and a healthier diet is a commendable thing. If you want to do more exercise, go ahead and do it. If you want to eat healthier, go ahead. Just don't expect to lose any weight because you're not going to lose any weight just because you've changed your diet or your health habits or your exercise. That's not going to do it. That's not going to cut it. But go ahead and try if you think that will be helpful to you. Go ahead and try it. But I don't personally condone it because I always gain back every single pound with interest that I ever lost. And now I learned not to diet because when you diet, you gain weight. That's how to gain weight, is to go on a diet. But anyway, I digress. How to be a better person? Well, you can be less critical. And this is something that I think about often, that I'm too critical and the people around me are critical, but it's hard to be not a critic. It's hard to not be a critic. So try to be less critical of your friends and family and your loved ones, and try to be less critical of strangers. I know it's a difficult thing because it's easier to be less critical of friends and family than it is of strangers, or people that you barely know, or just acquaintances. But just try to be less critical of acquaintances and people you don't know very well, and you should have no trouble being less critical of people you hardly know, because since you don't know their situation, how can you be critical of them? So that's the things to try to be less critical of friends and family, and be less critical of strangers. Now, what else can you do? Well, you can extend your charity to friends and family and strangers. You can give to the poor and make a donation for the homeless and for people who are less well off. You can donate food and you can donate time. money is needed most of all, but don't give it directly to the poor, okay? Give it to an organization that's going to help the poor. It's really going to help the needy and isn't going to blow the money all in one night on an alcohol binge. Because that's what happens when you give money to a poor bloke that's sitting on the sidewalk with his case next to him for you to fill with money. That they they do blow it on alcohol. So um, be sure to give to an organization that feeds the poor and that feeds people who are homeless, and give money to homeless organizations that house the poor, that give them a place to stay, because they're needy at this time of year, and they need more than ever to know the holidays is the time for the big push for these organizations. All right, they get most of their money on the holiday, so they have to sell it on the holiday, but those people need help year round. So now is the perfect time to give. If you have the money, give to the poor and the needy. And what else? It depends on what your favorite charity is. If that's not your favorite charity, then give to the Humane Society. But just please give. Whatever you do, please give, and and just pick the charity of your choice, because they're all worthy charities. But um, yeah, if you can help the poor, that is a huge charity. Another one is people in foreign countries who have been through disasters. Charities that do disaster relief organizations, like UNICEF, for example. If you can give to one of those, and they buy mosquito net or a tent for a needy person, that's a very commendable charity. And if you don't believe in helping the homeless, at least you can help people who are in dire straits in a foreign country because of circumstances beyond their control. And also, there's charities for let's see, um, orphans. There's lots of charities for orphans, but be careful with the orphan charities, because some of them give all the money to just like one or two kids, and the rest of the kids go neglected. The ones that aren't part of their organization or are part of their charity go neglected. So give to a charity that gives to all the kids, okay? To a charity that gives to all the poor kids, and doesn't just hand pick two or three to receive their charity. And what else? What else is there? There's there's You can do good to your family. If your family, if anyone in your family needs a compliment or a pick me up or anything, just pay them a compliment. Just pay a compliment to somebody in your family that needs a compliment, that needs cheering up. Say something positive about them, make them feel good about themselves. And do the same thing for a stranger, maybe somebody at work that that's feeling blue. Give them a compliment. Just pay them a compliment and see if that makes them feel any better. I always pay compliments to people, and it doesn't always go over well. It's gotten me in trouble in the past, but it shouldn't, because I'll give compliments anyway, no matter what people say about me. I love giving compliments, and I love to make other people feel better about themselves. So that's what I do. And if whatever you do, just be a better you for the holidays. If you want to do your chores at home, do them in a timely manner, because I know we put off and we put it off and we put it off and we put off doing our chores in a timely manner. Just keep on top of things. Just do your chores and make sure that everything is going smoothly at home and that you're taking the best care of your family that you possibly can. And that's it. That's being a better person for the new year and New Year's resolutions. And I think they're a much worthier set of resolutions than just losing weight or getting the girl or whatever it is you wanted to do. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf signing off. Have a great week and Happy New Year.